Hello and welcome to Strode and Windsor College. My name's Kate Cubitt and I am the A-level computer science teacher at both Strode and Windsor College, so I've made a joint presentation. If you need to contact me, there's my email address, and I'll be very happy to receive any questions that you may have. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate you on an excellent subject choice. I am of course biased, but I think computer science is a really fascinating and challenging subject, and of course you'll know already that it leads to excellent career opportunities. The course is academically rigorous. That means it's demanding, it's not easy, it's quite hard, but it's well respected by the universities because of that. And the universities actually had a big say in what the specification would be. So by the end of 2 years on the course, you will have become a proficient programmer and a great problem solver. The course starts from scratch when it comes to programming, and it will cover all the topics up to and included object-oriented programming, which is a pretty advanced topic. It means that you would be able to go out into the world of work and be quite useful as a programmer, as long as you became a good programmer on the course. You're also going to gain a good understanding of the complexities of how computers actually work. So the internal components of the computers, that kind of thing, binary code. I hope you will enjoy this subject and become as enthusiastic about it as I am. So now we're going to look at the course structure. So half of the course coverage is programming, or the theory of programming, and we use Python for our coding. Now I've chosen Python because many of you will have met Python at school already, so it's extending your knowledge. It's free, you can download it at home, which is really important, so you can do all your homework. It has lots of features and facilities, certainly all the ones we need for the course, and it's a modern programming language used commercially as well as in education. So that's our programming, so you're really going to go into depth, and Python is our programming language. The other half of the course is the theory of how computers work. So this is going to be taught very much in the abstract, a bit like science, but without the experiments. So what you won't be doing is taking computers apart and putting them back together again. So that's why I'm saying it's taught very much in the abstract. We simply don't have time to do those physical things. If you've got the background knowledge of doing that, then that's brilliant. That will help you. So in common with all your other subjects, you will have 3 1.5 hours lessons every week. Each computer science lesson will take place in a dedicated computer room with desks, but also computers on benches. So sometimes you will be sitting at a desk like in an ordinary classroom, and sometimes you will be sitting around the edge of the classroom at a computer. There's 1 computer per student. So the common lesson structure is 45 minutes of theory and theory activities, followed by 45 minutes of programming theory and coding on the computers. Now you might find that the programming theory is taught with the teacher standing at the board and you're at the ordinary desks, and you may find that you do some of your theory activities actually on the computers. So it's very much sort of what is needed for the actual activity and what helps you learn the most, but there will be plenty of coding, I can assure you. 5 hours of homework is set every week, and that's quite a big change from school. That's quite a lot of homework, but you will have more free time in which to do the homework. It will always include a mixture of programming and theory. There are of course regular tests, and there will be exams such as progress exams and mock exams at the important milestones in the academic year. So what can computer science A-level lead to? Well, as you know, the country needs lots more computer scientists, programmers, IT technicians and so on. Our A-level computer science students often go on to study computer science or go directly into industry. it's really, really handy to be able to understand and write complex code if you are a scientist, engineer or mathematician, and this is a route into those degrees as well. And computer science is all about problem solving, and the kinds of problems you encounter are often unique, and that requires a flexibility of thinking, and you will learn to become very adaptable in the way you think. These are the skills that are vital for the 21st century. So, do you need to have studied programming before? The answer is no, but there definitely will be a learning curve and you need to be prepared for it. It does help if you're good at maths and like solving puzzles and problems, because that's what coding is very much like. Also, there is a support workshop which runs once a week every week, and it's open to all students who've got any kind of problems who want to get a little bit of help. But it would be a requirement for novice programmers, people who hadn't done coding before, to attend until they have found their feet. So we do a number of trips and visits. When we can, I intend to take you out on a trip to the National Museum of Computing at Bletchley Park. And this was where one of the earliest computers was invented in World War II to help crack the codes that the Germans were using when they sent orders to their troops. And we'll see the reconstructed Colossus computer, which is that there, in action. The picture, it just doesn't do it justice when you actually see it, and you'll see lots of other old computers there. We will also attend our local university, which is Royal Holloway College, to learn about what studying computer science at university is like. So now we've got the all-important question: how are you examined in computer science? So the exam board we use is AQA, which is by far the most popular, and there are 2 written papers at the end of the 2-year course, and they contribute 40% each, so a total of 80% to the final exam. One of them is a paper-based exam, just like any other subject. It's 2.5 hours, and that is very much about how the computer works. Paper 1 is an on-screen exam. There will be some information that you have to answer, or questions you have to answer about how the computer works, but you also have to do some online coding as well. The coding part is about 50% of that paper. And then the final assessment is coursework, the non-examined assessment. That is a project which you will do. You will find someone who needs a program written for them, and then you are going to write an advanced program, and it will take you about 9 months to actually produce the results. It's not timed, except that it has to be within that 9-month window, so you do a lot of the work at home. It's very challenging, and you learn a lot about coding through doing that, but you'll get lots of guidance when you get to that stage. So what materials might you require to do A-level computer science? So some of the materials are kind of obvious, and you would expect that for any subject. Others are vital for computer science. So the most obvious but vital one is access to a computer, ideally at home with the internet, and also Python installed on it. So that's part of the summer work that I'm setting you, is to get Python installed on your home computer. The other really important thing that I'll be asking you to do is to get a copy of the textbook, which is this book here. We will be using the textbook in class and also for homework as well. And then A4 size writing paper and an A4 file would be brilliant. So now I'm going to tell you about the computer science summer assignment. So this is what I've asked you to do. First of all, I've asked you to solve a small puzzle. And programming is all about solving unfamiliar problems. And so hopefully this puzzle will give you some experience in that. And even in the exam, they have a little puzzle for you to actually solve. So I hope you enjoy it. It doesn't matter if you can't get the answer. Next one Very important, I'd like you to download Python, and I'll give you instructions as to how to do that. When you've downloaded it, I want you to test it by writing a little Hello World program, and again there will be instructions for this. And this is all so that you can have Python at home from the very beginning, because I'm going to need it for you to do your homework. If you have any problems with this, don't worry too much. We will sort it out when you get to college. Then, for those of you who have coded in Python before, I'd like you to write a new program of your own to demonstrate your skills. I don't want you to use a program that you've already written for your GCSE. It doesn't have to be especially long, but I'd like you to kind of like show off your skills a bit, your programming skills. If you haven't done any coding before, then I'm going to ask you to join python.org to learn a little coding, but again, don't worry too much. You will be taught from the beginning. You just have to be prepared to come to that workshop every week, and also that the pace will feel a little bit fast for you because you're making up the ground that some of the others have covered. And then finally, I'd like everyone to research and find out the uses of 3D printers. Okay, so last slide. So I really look forward to meeting you in person in September. Hope you have a great summer. If you have any questions or queries, then do feel free to email me at this email address here. In common with all the sixth form teachers, please call me Kate. My full name is Kate Cubitt, 1B, 2 T's. Okay, look forward to seeing you, and bye-bye.